Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Frost Esports Twitch channel. We are here with the Blizzard Weekly number 55 tournament. My name is Flater, and with me in the casting booth is the legendary Star Coin Hero. How are you doing today, mate?
I am doing fantastic. It's always fun to be in the Frost Esports booth, especially with my good friend Flater. Thank you for joining me. And first match of the day, we got Brutal Team 37 versus Los Pibes. Two teams that we have seen before, and some of these players quite familiar. We've seen No Gravity, but on Brutal Team 37, we have Dre and RLO, which I'm not too sure I recognize. And of course, on Los Pibes, we got Stu, Boucher, and Tryhard Lido, which I'm sure we all know, three very solid players. But Brutal Team 37, actually a few new faces, which I do not recognize.
Oh, all right. Well, I guess it will be an exciting matchup. But obviously, winner semifinals is going to be a best of three. And real quick, huge shout out to our sponsors, the Trio, for sponsoring this tournament. It wouldn't be possible without you guys. And without any further ado, Star, I think we are good to head on into the very first game of this best of three series. Take it away.
There we go. The countdown is underway. And of course, Brutal Team 37 in the blue and Los Pibes in the orange. This is the winner semifinals. So it will be a best of three. Early on, Tryhard Lido setting up for a shot. H-Boosh already. The bump play does not come through, as that is a ball smacked right off the bar. Brutal Team 37 still being suppressed. The carry from Jamie's will get it almost to the midway point, but the offense of Los Pibes still in control.
All right, we see Los Pibes applying so much pressure early on. We finally find the breakthrough here by James. He could have had the opportunity to score a direct shot. Decided not to go for it. Now Bush. Okay, he almost pulled one in, but Tryhard Lido comes in with the save. Now we see No Gravity. You know what this guy can do. Really good player on offense as well as defense. But look at that redirect coming in from Tryhard Lido. The pass coming in from Stu, and it's absolutely beautiful. What a way to start off the first game in this best of three series.
There we go. Los Pibes already up by one. And let's hope that they can keep putting this pressure on. So far, it has been almost all Los Pibes. Brutal Team 37 has been shut down in every aspect of the game. It's the bump setup play, and that is Tryhard Lido with a perfect way to play that. Gets the bump on Dre, and H-Boosh takes a stroll down easy street 2-0.
Well, they're just having a good time coming in with the bumps off the kickoffs, and Los Pibes going up 2 goals in a matter of the first minute. Well, they are off to a really good start and a really good, what should I call it, team performance coming in from Los Pibes up until now. Let's see what else they're able to bring to the table. Brutal Team 37 not having the best of times. We remember them going down early on last tournament as well, and they haven't had the best of the days so far, especially in this game. 90 seconds in, still 2 goals down. Now James did get 1 touch there. Now over to Dre who gets it over to James, and there was an opportunity, but Stu does come in with a save.
Doesn't let that one go anywhere as H-Boosh with control again, going for another bump play, but this time it does not connect. And in the pregame, I said we had RLO. That is actually James on the ball, and James right there making sure I know his name with a nasty double touch, undefended net.
Well, that is one way to one up your opponents here in the very first game. The first goal going on to Team Brutal 37 with James coming in with a really beautiful double touch on his own. Now here he is again, does beat one, gets bumped out. However, we see H-Boosh getting the flick over the other one, and James doing really well to intercept him early on, trying to give a lot more space to his teammates to make a comeback. Now we see No Gravity off the backboard. Here's an opportunity for James, but a bit of a misread coming in from the same guy, as we see No Gravity going up once again. Over to James, bottom right corner, the shot is in. Tryhard Lido did get 1 touch on it, but wasn't enough to keep the ball out of the net.
Wasn't enough. He got the touch on it, but it just didn't have the angle, and it kind of skims off the hood of his car, and it just keeps on rolling right on in. And by the way, predictions are open for the Twitch chat, so make sure you bet your channel points on who you think's going to win. Will it be Brutal Team 37 taking this series and advancing to the winners semis or the winners finals? Or will it be Los Pibes keeping the aggression on early and cementing their part in the winners finals?
I
Halfway
have
through
to say,
game number 1, we are still tied up, so this could go either way.
I have to say, early on, Los Pibes seems to be the more favorable team here, at least in terms of coordination. And at the highest level of Rocket League, coordination is what we expect from this team. So if Los Pibes can continue to keep that performance going, then I think they might have a shot to take game number 1 here. Even if it's an equalizer score, they are able to get this out of their own half. We see Tryhard later getting the pass over to Stu. Back into the blue bag where we go, where we see James picking it up from the corner, getting that beat as well. That is a 1v2 in order. James, here's the opportunity for the pass, but a little too impatient on the ball as we see Dre looking for a similar pass. Not gonna come through. Stu does manage to beat one, looking for the second one, doesn't get the touch. The pass is there, but the angle a little too off as we see Trey try to get this out of danger.
And one thing I've been seeing, James, he's real clean on those solo plays. So Los Pibes is going to have to pay him a lot of respect. We saw it with the first goal for Brutal Team 37, and we also saw it just on the last offensive rally from Brutal Team 37. They had all the opportunity in the world, and James put that ball almost on target, but it was just a little bit too far to the right. But still, he just completely exposed the defense of Los Pibes. And they're going to have to be careful because James is a bad, bad man.
Well, that seems to be the similar case for No Gravity as so many demos keep on coming through. Hard to keep track now as Dre still manages to get the important clear along with the second save, but possession still very much in hands of Hedgebush, who beats one, almost beats the second one, but the save comes in from James Tryhard later. Well, Tryharding there on the backboard trying to get this pass down center. It's going to be Stu doing something similar. No Gravity with 30 seconds remaining, going for a flip reset all the way into the orange half we go. And it's just a lot of back and forth coming in from these teams with a few inconsistencies coming in at offense, but as long as they're able to recover out of them, it shouldn't be a problem.
We'll just have to see how they hold up. 10 seconds left. That's going to put some pressure on Brutal Team 37 with control. James, the demo's on the third man. James! Hat Trick City! Population! Brutal Team 37. James, with his third goal of the game, gets it around that last man and puts Brutal Team 37 up by 1 with just 2 seconds on the clock.
True brilliance coming in from James with the last goal, a much needed one to not take this into overtime, as we see 3-2 and No Gravity will make sure the ball is going to be going down with the Gravity, of course, and Brutal Team 37 take game 1. But that fake in the end, James, I have to say, that was the highlight of that match.
Oh, definitely. That timing, especially with that play, that was such a clean performance from James, as well as the other two players, Dre and No Gravity. Very solid performance all around, but James completely stole the show. And I came into this game not knowing what his name was. But now I know, and I will be watching out for this guy for the rest of the tournament. And Brutal Team 37 taking game number 1 in a shocker. 3 goals unanswered, all from James. And Los Pibes, when it counted and when they needed it most, they could not hold up on defense.
It was a pretty close game up until that last few seconds, but we saw Los Pibes holding on pretty well. And like I mentioned earlier, their offense was pretty great. We saw a lot of coordinated attacks coming in from Los Pibes. So if they can manage to put in some more of those opportunities, they might have they might be able to take game number 2 here. It is a best of 3 series, so it is now or never for Los Pibes before they head on into the lower brackets.
And it is 1-0 for Brutal Team 37. And Los Pibes, they're going to have to switch it up. Like you said, they started off really well. They got the couple of goals that they needed. They got the 2-goal advantage, but they just couldn't hold on to it. Brutal Team 37 was too nice on those plays, and James just carved the defense up like a Thanksgiving turkey. and Los Pibes didn't know what to do. Brutal Team 37 just kept the aggression up, and eventually they kept breaking down the defense. The defense was in shambles at the end of that game, so they're going to have a defensive rehaul here, or an overhaul, if you will. Los Pibes, they got to even up on the defense and make sure you give James some room that he doesn't break through, but also don't give him too much room where he can just take it up and over, because he's a very mechanical player from what I'm seeing.
And no credit taken away from that last demo in the end, which did pave the way to get that fake of a goal. But I guess that is something that the lost people will definitely have to watch out for. Those rare demos that, demos which count. They don't happen all the time. You gotta make them count. You gotta have those timings right, so that the players, so that you go in for the kill when the players least expect it. And that's what happened there at the end moments of the game. Here we see another demo coming in from No Gravity, but it won't do much here, as the ball is still pretty much very far away from the open net. As we see James now trying to get the second touch on this ball. It's gonna be picked up by Edge Bush. However, the 50 does come in by No Gravity though, as we see James putting it down center for his teammate, and there's a shot on target, but Tryhard Lido comes in with this save. Here's an opportunity for Stu now, a bit of an open net to work with, but James already there. Is he going to be getting the second touch? No, he is, but more than enough to put Tryhard Lido out of his comfort zone as he hits the wide ball.
And there's a redirect. Tryhard Lido gets just enough on it, but it's a little bit too far to the side. There's James forcing a good 50, and now he fakes it around, but Tryhard Lido's not falling for it again. This time he fakes it around No Gravity with space. It's going to be Dre taking the ball, flicks it up. The midfield pass, it's to No Grab, back to Dre, but the pass gets broken up. And the predictions are in. Los Pibes winning the chat prediction with 59% to Brutal Team 37's 41%. Will this chat be proven right? Or will Brutal Team 37 take this series? They only need one more game, but Los Pibes standing up for themselves. A lot better in game number 1. Right now, score is 0-0, but Los Pibes is struggling for themselves as well.
And we do see Brutal Team 37 to be in the offense here in game number 2 most of the times. Now we see Los Pibes here in the offense as Edge Bush tries to set up a passing opportunity for his teammate. It doesn't come through though, as it's going to be picked up by Tryhard Lido. No Gravity should be coming in with the save here. He's going to be slowing down the pace of this game, and that's what you want to do. You do not want to play into the hands of your opponent. As you see Tryhard Lido versus Dre here. Lido decides to go back, but No Gravity not ready for that pass. It's going to be going a little too high, as we see James going up for it, getting that pancake. Flip reset here is an opportunity, but it's taken away from Stu. But No Gravity doing a lot of work here for his team as he gets that pass down center. And would you look at that, the first beat coming in from No Gravity off the wall, off the flip, and Dre does a really good job in reading that play.
And it does not get better placement than that from No Gravity. Dre was just there to secure it in case they got the save. But a really good shot from No Gravity, and Dre with the finish puts Brutal Team 37 up 1-0. And now Los Pibes have given up 4 unanswered goals if you count game number 1. Dre looking to make it 5, but that one's off the backboard and it is out. Los Pibes might have gotten bailed out right there. Tryhard Lido looking to put one on the board and tie this game number 2 up. But it does not happen just yet. No Gravity following it along the wall. 1v1 versus H. Bush. He wins it. It's all Tryhard Lido to make the save. But Strew gets there, but he's not needed. Tryhard Lido gets the clear off the backboard. 50 in midfield, but Dre gets bumped, and now we're in a bit of an awkward spot.
And those last few touches coming in from Brutal Team 37 is what makes it hard for Los Pibes to get out of their own half, as we see James going up for the ball, gets that simple touch over to the backboard, and fast enough to get the second one, as well as H. Bush did get a piece of that ball. However, the angle once again just not good enough for it to go out of the orange net. A 2-goal lead now for Brutal Team 37 with a minute and 50 seconds remaining. It is going to be a pretty difficult task to make a comeback here.
And a real nice flip reset from No Gravity, I believe that was. And James had an opportunity to take that shot, but the shot didn't connect. There's an opportunity from Los Pibes, but that one gets all blown up. Brutal Team 37 playing some great defense, and the transition onto offense is super smooth right there. That is a very underrated part of Brutal Team 37's roster, and their strategy is their transitions off of defense and onto offense. Sometimes you don't even realize it's happening, and the ball's already in your net. That is James' 5th goal of the stream. 3-0, Brutal Team 37.
Well, it just seems like they're outpacing them now. We see Los Pibes, two players in the very same position on that field, nowhere to go, no boost to work with, and if it continues to go in the same way, we see Los Pibes going down in a 2-0 fashion here in this best of 3 series. Lito does come in with a save though, but as of right now, with 59 seconds remaining, I feel like saves aren't enough for you to get back into this game.
Oh, it is absolutely not. You got to get some offense now. You've reached a minute to go, and the time for games is over.
Okay.
But it just keeps getting worse. Brutal Team 37 running over Los Pibes. That is 7 goals unanswered in this series. 4-0 Brutal Team 37, and that might be the dagger through Los Pibes' heart.
That might be the sharpest dagger they've experienced here in this tournament, going down 3-0, not scoring a single goal here in game number 2. As I say that, they changed that. Do get a consolation goal here before they move on to the lower brackets, which I'd assume to be true with 30 seconds remaining. I highly doubt they're able to score 3 goals here. I mean, they would want 3 kickoff goals like so in order to make that possible here in the first case, but coming in from the defense of Brutal Team 37, I highly doubt that is going to be this case here. We see Bush now in possession of the ball. A little slow on the pace here as precious time does take down. We see Tryhard Leader going up for the ball, going for a direct shot on target. James does come in with a save though. Look at that bump coming in from, I believe that was No Gravity. Just staying true to his name, getting those bumps even when they're not necessary. James coming in with another save, followed up by Stu here. Doesn't get the necessary touch, but it's all said and done. The dust has finally settled down here in game number 2 as we see Los Pibes scoring the most probably the final goal here for them in game number 2.
Is another consolation goal, but now with 1 second to go, they would need to defy Rocket League physics to somehow tie this up, which is just not gonna happen. Brutal Team 37 brutalizing Los Pibes and proving Twitch chat wrong. The 41% is the winner. Brutal Team 37 came to play, and now they're going to be playing in the winners finals against their opponent. I believe it was bracket low. There it is. Shrewdness in the winners finals, who just came off of a 2-1 win over Godspeed.
Oh, the Academy team is playing today. That's gonna be fun. And hey, I want to talk about this best of 3 series here. It makes sense why Chad would go for Los Pibes because at the start, Los Pibes was looking like a really, really dangerous team. We saw some of the most amazing coordinated attacks, all of the few goals they've had this series. But even like after the I believe it was the second goal, Brutal Team 37 came in with bangers after bangers, and they took game number 1, followed it up with a beautiful game number 2. A 2-0 clean sweep coming in from Brutal Team 37. We will be back, I believe, with the winners finals very soon, so stay tuned for that. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more Rocket League. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back here with the winners finals here at, I believe this is Champion Stadium. Please tell me it's Champion Stadium, sir. This is Champion Stadium, sir, right?
No,
Oh, right.
it is not.
It is not Champions. Oh, this is Manfield. That's not Manfield Night. Okay, it's day.
Yeah,
I
Manfield
see.
Day.
All right, but anyways, moving further, we know our maps for sure. It's brutal. It's gonna be Brutal Team 37 versus Shrewdness here in the winners finals. Star, who you think is gonna be taking this one?
Now, Shrewdness, they got a couple of good players. They got Mizu, Crave, and C Money on their side. But we just saw how well Brutal Team 37 played as a unit with Dre, No Grav, and James. I don't think Shrewdness have what it takes to take down Brutal Team 37. I think Brutal Team is going to continue their hot streak, and they're going to ride this wave of hotness and wave of flame all the way to the grand finals.
Well, that is the predictions from Star side. I feel like we haven't seen enough of Shrewd for me to judge them off so quickly. I believe I would have to see the first game in order to make an actual an analytical judgment. But here, I think we're about to get into the game number one of this best of five series. It's gonna be a best of five series. So, okay, the teammates have decided. One of the players here over at Shrewdness have decided to take a bathroom break. But until then, Star, tell us something about our sponsors for today.
Sponsor, of course, a Trio is sponsor for today. You just saw the ad for them a little bit ago, as well as Overkill Labs. So thanks to them for sponsoring. And Flater, what one thing is I want to bring something up, Flater.
Okay.
I know something.
Okay. What do you know?
I think you know. Nah, I'm just messing around. Are you excited for this match?
What do you know, Star?
I don't know anything.
What do you
Are
know?
you excited? Are you excited?
I'm pretty excited, but I'm
I'm
also
excited.
worried. What exactly do you know, Star?
I don't know anything. I was just trying to get you on your toes a little bit, trying to up the anticipation, you know?
Well, you definitely managed to do that. I'm a little worried now. What secrets of our organization have gotten out? But okay, I'll be on the lookout. I have my eyes on you.
Yeah, you do?
Oh yeah, not enough. Oh my god, not this again. Not this again.
Yeah. Winners finals. This is a best of 5. Brutal Team 37 versus Shrewdness. And one thing that we saw in the last match, Brutal Team really took the beating to Los Pibes. Los Pibes really struggled off of those transitions from Brutal Team 37. They just were not expecting it. There was a lot of times where they'd have some pretty solid pressure on the Brutal Team side. However, Brutal Team, once they got any chance to switch the pressure and get on the attack, they took it and they did it so smooth. Los Pibes did not know what was going on, and it led to them getting quite a couple of goals. And of course, James absolutely popping off and just exposing Los Pibes. I believe in game number 1, he got all 3 of his team's goals, and in the second game, he got I think it was 1 or 2. James asked.
And looking at Shrewdness's overall run in this tournament here, they have gone down at 2 games out of all the games they played there. They have lost 2, one against Paddy Wagons and the other one against Godspeed. However, Brutal Team 37, they have had a better showing, only losing 1 game, only dropping 1 game to Blue Key and Friends. Other than that, it was a pretty smooth sailing ride for them. But I think we're about to head on into game number 1 of this best of 5 series here. It's going to be Shrewdness versus Brutal Team 37. With Brutal Team 37 seeming to be the favorites over here in the casting booth. And we should have the predictions set up for you anytime soon. So please be sure to pull in your votes. But coming in, Crave off the ceiling with a bit of a flip of his own. Would you look at that, Star? That's exactly how you play Rocket League.
That is how you play Rocket League. The solo play. Shrewdness takes it all the way down off the ceiling, here and there, all around the square. 1-0 for Shrewdness. Crave with a great solo play.
Solo play to start us off here in game number 1 of this best of 5 series. Now Mizu wants to pull off something of his own, alright. Okay, that's 2 whiffs in a row. Now he might want to think about something now. All right, here he comes in with the pass. Crave a little too far away as Dre should be able to get that save. It's going to be followed up by No Gravity, who decides to give away possession. Okay, a bit of a whiffs coming in from both the teams. Let's see who capitalizes on who first. C Money almost getting scored on there. Does come in with a save. However, it's going to be Trey now putting in a shot on target. Mizu in a really good position to put that one to his teammate as we see C-Money beating one. Looking for the second one. No Gravity rather will be coming in with the last minute save.
It is the last minute save. And now opportunity for Brutal Team 37. But that one does not land as the double commit gets the save. And now Dre actually going to fall off, letting No Grav take initiative with the ball with no boost. Interesting strategy, but hey, did not end in a goal for either team, so it's not really a win or a loss. And now No Grav. He's got a little bit more boost, but he's still not able to do anything. Mizu hits it back to the blue half. James with a great clear, sends it up towards the orange half, but now we're just playing a little bit of ping pong. It's been booming clear after booming clear, and sometimes you need a team play, and that's what you need. However, Shrewdness can't get the shot to land as Brutal Team's defense holds up.
No Gravity unhinged of that bump coming in from C Money, but I really love what the play was there. They should be going for more of these because the physical plays here would be helping in breaking Brutal Team 37's defense. We see No Gravity trying to go for a reverse 45 flick off his zone, but Mizu comes in with the save now, looking for the demo. Dre makes him run all the way back into the blue corner, and it's going to be Dre who gets eliminated from the field as we see Crave now trying to look for an opportunity here at the blue net. He has a blue card as well, so I believe that is trying. He is trying to throw Brutal Team 37 off, but James unhinged, almost got that shot on target, almost getting the equalizer as well. But we see Dre over to James, back to Dre. Here's an opportunity, but Crave does well to pull his team out of danger. No Gravity now in the corner, beats one, looking to beat the second one, has the flip. He's going to be getting the second one and the third one, but goes a little too wide. Brutal Team 37 coming in with some really great individual plays. However, no goals for them yet.
Not yet, but that could change any minute now. No Grav sets it up, and it's James! Who else but James to take initiative and get the first goal? No Grav with a huge setup, and James gets the first goal. 6 goals on the night for James.
6 goals, you know what they say. Okay, you have been counting all the way through the first series. Very nice, Star. I'm proud of you. But James has been having a really great performance so far, and he's looking to carry it forward here in game number 1 of the best of 5 series. But C Money says, I have something else in plans. Just rams the ball through. Doesn't care about the competition present in front of the blue net. Makes himself as big as possible. Doesn't care about that double commit. And Shrewdness once again take the lead.
See Money hitting the gym and just bullying his way through the Brutal Team 37 defense. And just like that, the lead has been regained. And now Shrewdness in control of the game. They can start controlling the tempo, but controlling Brutal Team 37 is no easy feat. There are a lot of different aspects of doing that, which makes it real difficult. But if you just keep shooting the net and keep landing said shots, that's definitely a way to control them.
Definitely, yes. Look at that redirect coming in from Crave, bottom right corner, to make sure the ball goes in as well. And what better way to secure the 2-goal lead now as Shrewdness have gone up to. And Brutal Team 37 are still looking for answers to this incredible offense coming in from Shrewdness. We saw Brutal Team 37 making a lot of individual plays. Shrewdness do have some of that on their own, but the way they follow up their touches, that is exactly what's making the difference here. As Shrewdness almost securing the 4th one. James needs to do a lot of work to secure that save. As we see him going up with this ball now, but C Money doing well to put it back into the blue corner, and Dre doesn't have a lot of momentum to work with. Beats one, looks to beat the second one. Look at that redirect coming in from Crave. So we see James going up for it once again, and C Money shutting down every opportunity at a clear coming in from Brutal.
There it is. Crave looking to put the nail in the coffin for game 1, but it does not land. Brutal Team 37 want a chance at taking this game one. They're going to have to get this ball out of the blue half immediately. It's still in control of Shrewdness, but Brutal Team has control for now. James in front, looking for the block. It gets past Dre, and that will most likely be the game. Ball's running back to the back corner. Mizu centers it up, and that will be the game. There's just no way for Brutal Team to come back from that.
That just goes to show how well Shrewdness have been keeping up with this offensive pressure. Here we might be seeing another one, but Shrewdness. But there was a save coming in from, I believe there was no gravity. But Shrewdness in that last minute, they held down their ground pretty well. They didn't, from what I saw, Brutal Team A37 did not even have a single opportunity to take this to the orange half.
They did not. They got one goal. But other than that, Shrewdness was dominating the whole way through. Brutal Team 37 did not have that many times that many opportunities in the orange half, because Shrewdness was just able to oppress Brutal Team 37 so well. And that is one of the best ways to take down a Rocket League team, is if you don't let them get any offense on the board, then they're going to have a real tough time getting goals. Now, here's the interesting thing. On the Brutal Team 37 side, 7 shots were taken, but on the Shrewdness side, 8 shots were taken. That is a difference of 1 shot. But it just seemed like Shrewdness had so much more time in the opposition's half.
And just goes to show how well they were able to keep their offensive presence working throughout the game. It was continuous. We saw Brutal Team 37 pulling out of their own half once or twice here and there, but Shrewdness had constant momentum running towards Brutal Team 37's half, and that is exactly what they did here in game number 2. They're looking to extend that game win. 1-0 in favor of Shrewdness here in this best of 5 series as we head on into game number 2 with C-Money currently the first man in possession, taking it all the way into the blue half. It's going to be James now, not getting the best touch. It's going to be picked up by Mizu, who tries to put on a straight shot on target. Dre does come in with the save though, as we see No Craft beating one, and we see Brutal Team 37 having a little better time. It's going to be difficult getting them out of their own half as they're starting off on the back foot here, but we see C-Money finding the opening, and the bottom right corner shot in the first 30 seconds comes in for Shrewdness.
30 seconds in on the dot, and C-Money with an easy shot. The rotation fails, and there's just no man on that 3 spot for Brutal Team 37. And it's the little mistakes like that. You mess up a rotation one time, and that's the time a shot decides to come in. Early lead for Shrewdness. A great field recognition and play recognition from C-Money to realize that rotation was flawed, and he took advantage of it.
He definitely did. Now we see Crave looking to do the exact same thing. He has 60 boosts to his name, so he should be able to get this into the other half. It all comes down to whether he gets the second touch or not, which is not the best that he could place it, as we see James now in early possession trying to get that beat. Does get the first man through, but it's going to be going back into the blue half. Here we see an opportunity coming in for Mizu. Goes a little too wide as we see James now with 16 boosts to his name, trying to get it past one, looking for the pass down center. C-Money looking for those intercepts, gets those intercepts. Here's an opportunity for Crave. It's going to be hitting the backboard. Now Dre should be the first man to get to this ball. C-Money does well to hold down his ground here. We see Crave. Look at this accuracy coming in for Crave. Off the corner, gets that second touch off a flip reset, and what better way to send this down center for your teammate, and Mizu puts it into the back of the net.
That is a real nice shot, and Mizu opening up the floodgates now for Shrewdness as they have the insurance goal. And Brutal Team 37 are going to have to fight back from down 2, which is a lot more challenging than coming back down 1. Your opponent's lead has been doubled. Crave looking to triple it, make it 3-0. But he loses control over it, and No Grab is there to get the ground pinch. Does not really get the pinching effect that he wanted, but it still gets that ball into the orange half. And Dre with an opportunity now. He's got 30 boosts, but he's going to make it enough. But he loses control. Crave wins that 50, Double commit there. That could be an opportunity set up for Brutal Team 37, but they're in a little bit of a stalemate here, just going back and forth along that left wall.
And it just comes down to aggressive positioning coming in from Brutal Team 37. That has been struggling for them. And here they got an opportunity to secure a goal, but it was pretty much given as James off the pass over to No Gravity doing really well to secure that shot on target. But up until now, from what I've seen, Brutal Team 37 being caught off guard because of their positioning, going for the small boost pads, even then no momentum to work with in their favor, and that is exactly why Shrewdness are able to beat them to most of the balls. But here we might see something change as Brutal Team 37 have gotten their first one, and that's the momentum that you need to gain some of that confidence back. Here we see Crave beating one with minimalistic effort, but James once again a little too hesitant to go for an early shot. We see Dre giving away possession, and that is exactly what I'm talking about. Brutal Team 37 playing a little too aggressive with their touches. They gotta have a more controlled pace of this game.
And they do. They seem to be struggling around the edges. The overall of their game is nice, but when it gets to the edges, to those little adjustments that they need to make, that's where they're struggling. 2 minutes to go now, and Brutal Team 37 still down by 1. But that can change really quick. They're starting to open up on offense a little bit more. Starting to have more time in the opponent's half. Crave looking to shut that down, but it doesn't get there. James with the redirect. Crave using everything in him to get to that ball. And he gets there in the nick of time. Keeps his team on top for the meantime.
For the meantime. Alright, we have Brutal Team with 83% votes here. But it seems like chat is not having the best of the days in terms of predictions. They predicted Brutal Team 37 to take this one, but Shrewdness have been having the time of their lives so far. With a minute remaining here in game number 2, they are looking to change that. Otherwise, going down 2 games in a best of 5 series, not the most comfortable way in the winners finals. Remember, the winner of this particular series will have a definite share in the prize pool. So Shrewdness are looking to take us up on that offer. As we see, here's another opportunity coming in from Mizu. The save does come in from No Gravity though, as C Money takes it off the sidewall. The flip comes in, but the second touch doesn't connect, and James should be able to get it out of his own half. It's all coming down together as we see James on the ball, eliminated from the free, followed up by Dre. No second touch though, as C Money does well to beating almost the third man here, but that touch is good. The pass down center even better, but Dre comes in with another save. How long can they hold on though? Because 17 seconds remaining. You gotta secure a goal here as soon as possible, but first you gotta take possession, and taking possession it seems like what they're struggling with, as Crave just steals it away from them, puts it into the blue net, and we have the final lane of the coffin here in game number 2.
There we go. Shrewdness just keeps applying pressure, keeps throwing shots on net, and Brutal Team 37 breaks down. You cannot keep taking shots like that. You gotta get on the attack. You have to take initiative sooner or later, and Brutal Team 37 decides to take initiative never, and that will be game 2 going to Shrewdness. 3-1 is your scoreline for game number 2. And now Shrewdness is only 1 game away from securing at least the second, or at least a little bit of the prize pool, as well as the 1 game advantage. You cannot forget about that. The winner of the winners finals goes on to the grand finals with the 1 game advantage, which is a huge, huge advantage over the lower bracket team.
And whenever a team in the winners finals goes down to the lower brackets, we see them changing up their strategies, because once again it is the other side of the brackets. You got to be a little more careful with whatever you are doing. Brutal Team 37, probably we could be looking for something similar. That is, if they do make it back to the grand finals through the lower brackets, we might be seeing a rematch against Shrewdness. But we still have 1 more game to go. A possible opportunity at a reverse sweep is in order. It all comes down to how Brutal Team 37 approaches this massive Titans on offense. That is Shrewdness. Game number 3 now underway.
Game number 3. Brutal Team 37 down 2 games. They're going to have to reverse sweep, but fear not, the best of 5 reverse sweep is not unheard of. If we were talking about the best of 7, coming down from 3-0, then I would be a little bit worried. But Brutal Team 37 has to win 3 games in a row. It is not unheard of. You start out like that, it will be difficult. But Shrewdness already getting aggressive and making the Brutal Team work for it. Really hot start from the Orange team.
Pretty hard start coming in from Shrewdness, as we saw a demo coming in, giving C-Money some space to work with, but he took a little too long. As we see Dre now going off of the ball. Look at that flip reset, but Mizu does well to stop him in the roots. Picked up by C-Money now. Over to James. Back to C-Money once again, but in the corner we go, as we see No Gravity trying to get it out of his own half to set up a counter attack. It's going to be picked up by James back into the midfield. No Gravity looking for that second touch, and Shrewdness haven't had a chance to get a contact on the ball in the past few seconds. There they get an opportunity to get this out of their own half. Picked up by C-Money once again. Off the backboard they go, but James doing well to hold on to that defense. Here's an opportunity coming in for Mizu. Crave with that bump. Is it going to be enough? Yes, it is, as C-Money reads the ball off the backboard, putting it back at the net. Bottom right corner shot. What a play overall by Shrewdness.
Brutal Team 37 just being outclassed right now. They're going to need to switch up their strategy, as it is just not working how they need it to. Shrewdness has been dominating them in every aspect of the game since game number 1. Brutal Team 37, they've had glimmers of hope, glimmers of offensive glory. But in the macro, Shrewdness has been on top the entire series. We've had about 12 minutes of Rocket League being played right now, and I'd say Shrewdness has been in control of about 11 minutes and 30 seconds of those.
And it all comes down to the pace of the game that Shrewdness has set for Brutal Team 37. Matching the pace of the game of your opponent is a double-edged sword. It can either go your way or it can go horribly, horribly wrong. And Brutal Team 37, that is the latter option for you, as Shrewdness are having the time of their lives, running the ball around the field, getting those passes, getting those shots on targets, making Brutal Team 37 work for every touch, every opportunity that they get on the ball. Now James, here's an opportunity, but he can't do much with it, because once again they are trying to match the pace of the game of Shrewdness, which is completely out of their league as of right now, or that's what it seems like. So they gotta switch it up. If they don't, here we are about to see a 3-0 clean sweep coming in for Shrewdness.
That they do. We're already halfway through. That is a great way to get your team back in this game. Banger of a shot, 67 miles per hour. That looks so much faster, though. Perfect placement from No Grav off the pass from James. And that was a 1-1 ball game.
Well, we are down to a 1-all game now, as we see No Gravity picking up the pieces of that attack, trying to carry this all the way into the orange net. Won't be finding a shot here, as Mizu needs to do some work, getting it past one, looks to get it past the second one. Can he follow it up, though? It all comes down to that, as No Gravity gets the first one, looks for the second, gets the second as well. Picked up by Dre. Now here's an opportunity for a flick, maybe a fake here coming in from Dre, but the save comes in from Crave at the right moment, at the nick of time. Here once again we see No Gravity on offense, trying to pick up an attack for himself, but we see Crave now doing the exact same thing for his team, getting it past one. Can he get it past the second one? No, he can't. A lot of back and forth coming in from both the teams. A much closer game here, game number 3, that is, but Shrewdness only 1 goal away to take us into the grand finals. Can they hold on to this lead for just a little bit longer? Doesn't seem to be the case, as we see C-Money putting in another shot. Bottom right corner, saves his own goal though, and that is not gonna end well, as we see No Gravity now coming in with a flip reset of his own, and that's gonna be a really good shot on target. 1 goal lead now coming in from Brutal Team 37, and well, seems like a comeback is in order.
Seems like it's C-Money saving his own shot. And just like that, Brutal Team 37 takes advantage of it. 1 goal lead for Brutal Team. I believe this is their first lead of the series. C-Money looking to change that. The waterfall does not go the way they needed to. Dre realize what's going on, takes control of the situation. 60 seconds to go, and now Brutal Team is in control. This is where they are comfortable. This is where Dre's real comfortable. The flick does not land, though. Clock is ticking. And now it's Brutal Team 37 in control over this match. That seems like something I have not said much this series at all. The Brutal Team have really stepped up their game.
They definitely have, and now we seem to. Now it seems to us that they are the ones that have the pace of the game set up in their favor. We see Mizu now setting his teammate up for a shot on target. Mizu coming in with a play of his own. Here's another opportunity, but it just keeps hitting the post or the bar for that matter. With 18 seconds remaining, not a lot of opportunities remaining for Shrewdness. We might be going into game number 4 here. A clean sweep might not be in order. Even a comeback seems like a possibility at the moment, as we see Shames completely in possession of the ball, taken away by Crave, but I believe No Gravity does well to drop this ball down for his team. Doesn't want to take any chances. Crave comes in with that last second touch, passing it over to Mizu. I believe there's one final opportunity. The pass down center is good. C-Money, however, not the best touch. That ball is going to be dropping down in the blue corner, and Brutal Team 37 take game number 3.
That's what we need to see more of from Brutal Team 37. Game 4 will be underway in just a minute. They played a lot better. And of course, let's also give a big shout out to C-Money saving his own shot. Without that, we would not be seeing a Game 4. So Brutal Team 37 might have gotten bailed out just a little bit, but who knows? It might just be a sign. The reverse sweep is still a huge possibility. One more game, and we're in game number 5, and that's when the tone really shifts. We believe we talked about this a couple of weeks ago. Whenever you're trying to deny a reverse sweep, once you get from game 4 to game 5, your mentality switches from we need to win this game to we need to not lose this game, and there is a huge, huge difference between those two mentalities.
Definitely is. Here in game number 4, it's now or never for Shrewdness to switch to that other mentality. But C-Money here looking to work on that. A bit of a double commit coming, a triple commit coming in from Shrewdness, as Mizu does make it back on time. But Crave, I believe that is a bit of a pass down to the enemies. Still manages to get out of that situation. I'm surprised that worked in his favor, as we see Dre now in complete control of the ball. Never mind, the control goes away. Mizu with a shot of his own, could have gone for a straight shot on target, decides against it. Here we see Crave now picking it up off the backboard on his own side. That's very dangerous coming in from Shrewdness, and we do not want to see that. If they continue to play like this, we are going to see the first goal coming in from Brutal Team 37 right about now.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they were thinking, taking that ball in front of their net. And Dre misreads the touch on the wall. That ball goes low, and he decided to go high. He thought it would have popped up, but the angle on the bottom of the wall, just not enough. Now 1 minute in, a big bump by Mizu, gets the ball past the defense, but it's just a little bit too high and wide. Keeps this game scoreless. C-Money looking to center it back up, but it's not C-Money. It's Crave with control and with a wide open net. A little bit of an angle, but that's still pretty easy shot, and he takes those all day.
Well, it definitely is C-Money getting that demo there in the corner. And that was the much needed play coming in from Shrewdness. They are in the lead, and all they need now is to hold on to it or extend it. And I feel like for Shrewdness, the better mentality would be to extend it. We have seen what they're able to do over in their own half, and it's not as good as what they can do in the opponent's half. Here we see Shrewdness coming in, Brutal Team 37 coming in with a bump play of their own, but the save does come in from Mizu though, as he keeps this team in the lead. James now trying to change that. The pass down center is good. The shot even better. Mizu coming in with the save. No gravity. There was an opportunity for Dre to put in another shot on target that definitely would have gone in. However, Mizu lives to see another day, another save coming in from No Gravity. Dre tries to get it out of his own half.
Now we see Shrewdness taking care of that ball, keeping it under control. But James looking to switch up the pace. Here's Crave. Great. Really nice flip reset. Almost wins the 50 to keep control over that ball. But it doesn't land there. There's Mizu making the good decision to take it off the wall. And here's Crave with control over it again. Flip reset doesn't land, so he's going to take it low. Uses his body. Tries to win the 50, but that one doesn't land. Here's C-Money playing conservative, waiting for the aggressor to come to him. Fortunately for him, the aggressor gets the upper hand. halfway through. Great pass to Crave. It's the pass down to C Money. Double tap is on, but it's not quite connected. That will be heartbreaking.
Definitely will be, but now Jamies comes in with a very crucial touch here. It doesn't seem like much, but we see Dre coming in into offense. C-Money does get the clear though. It's going to be followed up by Mizu. Now with 2 minutes remaining here in this game, is it now or never for Brutal Team 37 to make a play, to get it out of their own half, and Mizu just stops, knows his teammate is there to take the ball into the blue net, and that is exactly what happens. C-Money secures the second goal for his team, and well, hope seems to be diminishing for Brutal Team 37 here.
Mizu just watching that take place. He knew exactly what he needed to do. He just needed to watch that guy make sure he did not try anything risky. And that's exactly what he did. His guy Crave could take that all the way down. And now Shrewdness, one more goal to their lead. This is a 2-0 game now. With just 90 seconds to go, we might be done in 4. If Brutal Team 37 cannot switch up the tempo.
They definitely have to look for exactly that. We need to see the Brutal Team 37 in their best performance, in their best possible offense, as we see No Gravity coming in with a pass of his own down center. James not ready for it. In shambles looks the offense as they try to get this out of their own half. Brutal Team 37 look to secure that first goal. No Gravity, no boost to work with. And if you don't have the boost, if you don't have the momentum, if you don't have your existence in order, well, Shrewdness, they're looking to take the third goal lead here. And it seems like Brutal Team 37 will be trying to get in the grand finals through the lower brackets.
Looks like that is where they will lie. 3-0 now for Brutal Team, or for Shrewdness. Brutal Team 37 down by 3. And now Shrewdness just letting Brutal Team 37 do whatever they want to, because they don't need to risk anything. Just keep that man in the goal and just keep the pressure off, because it doesn't matter. Crave's just going to keep piling on goals. That's going to be the hat trick from Crave, and Brutal Team 37 is just digging themselves into an even deeper grave.
And you know how there is always the final nail in the coffin, and I feel like there are multiple nails here that are just stabbed into the Brutal Team 37's heart, and it's where, and you know, to their name, quite poetic, it is quite brutal. Shrewdness are not stopping. More and more goals keep on piling up for them as they look to secure even more going into the grand final, setting up a statement for their enemies, who could be Brutal Team 37 again, who could be the other team, but it is a statement nonetheless, as we see the first goal does come in for Brutal Team though. I don't believe there would be a comeback here, but getting some consolation goals before heading on into the lower brackets is crucial for Brutal Team 37 survival down there.
I think right there, yeah, I think Crave just had a little bit of a mechanical mishap, and it led to Brutal Team 37 getting their first goal, and most likely their only goal in this game. Number 4, Mizu looking to find a 5th goal. It's the waterfall down, but it does not connect. Crave just keeping on the oppression, and one more shot off the bar. It's C-Money, saved by his own teammate, but it does not matter in the end. Shrewdness take game 4 and the series in 3-1 fashion, and they have a ticket to the grand finals with a 1-game advantage.
1-game advantage here in the big grand finals. Shrewdness showing us what they're made of. The offense coming in from Shrewdness, absolutely phenomenal. And Twitch chat, well, I am sorry to say that Brutal Team 37 will be moving down to the lower brackets. And I believe before we take this to a commercial break, Starcoin, do you have something for us?
I do actually have something for us. I want to tell you about our beautiful sponsor, Overkill Labs. Overkill Labs. We have partnered with Overkill Labs. They're the newest gaming energy company on the block, and they're about to take over the scene quick. The quality of their products is fantastic. They use ingredients clinically proven to improve gaming performance. Try for yourself at overkill-labs.com/frost and make sure to use code FROST for 10% off. I have a tub of this stuff. This stuff is really good, and it gives you a lot of energy. It's real good. Check them out. Use code FROST, 10% off on the website. And yeah, Flater, that match, very, very nice. We'll talk about it a little bit more after we come back from the break. When we return, it will be the lowers finals between Brutal Team 37 and Rain Esports. Stay tuned.
Oh, that's going to be interesting. All right, we will be back. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with the lower bracket finals. We have Brutal Team 37, whom we just saw losing to, I believe, the team name is Wait for It Star. I know this one. Yes,
Shrewdness.
I do. It's going to be Shrewdness. Yes, I knew that one. I knew that one. But it's going to be Brutal Team 37 versus Rain Esports. Both very familiar teams. Rain Esports have been participating in the Frost tournaments for as far as I can remember. And this is going to be a pretty fun matchup. A best of three series in the lower bracket finals. Star, what are your predictions?
Now, Rain Esports, I've seen them around the brackets for quite a while, but they don't actually make the stream that much. They are usually out by the winners quarterfinals, so unfortunately, we don't really see them on the stream that much. But tonight is a difference. Tonight, we see Rain Esports. They made their way all the way through the lower bracket, and now they are here to face Brutal Team 37. And this is a big match. This is to get themselves into the grand final. So this is a win or go home situation.
It definitely is brutal. I believe Rain Esports have been in the lower bracket since lower round two. They have gone all the way from round two, three, four, five, and the quarterfinals, along with all the way to semifinals, and now in the lower bracket finals. They have made the entire lower bracket run, and it's going to be pretty exciting as to what they are able to bring to the table here in game number one of this best of three series, which should almost be underway.
And it should. Right now, we're just waiting for these teams to join their teams. So real quick, before we get into this match, we want to give a big thank you to a trio for sponsoring the tournament. So big shout out to them. I believe you saw the video for them just a couple of seconds ago. But right now, Flater, Brutal Team 37, this is a team that we have seen on stream. We've seen how they played. And Rain Esports, we've seen them around the bracket. We've seen them in previous Frost tournaments, but they don't make the stream that much. Who do you think is going to take this match?
I have, like we said, we have not seen Raid Esports making it through this, making it to the stream in a lot of these weekly tournaments. But today that they have, I feel like it's something different today. I feel like the team, they're just feeling it. They have the groove, they have all that momentum there in the lower brackets, and they're just one more series away in making it to the grand finals. And I feel like the momentum would be so gigantic that they should be able to take it to the grand finals.
You think that's how it's going to go?
Yeah.
Can you repeat that one more time? You kind of cut
I
out.
feel like okay, it's gonna be. I feel like Rain Esports, because of all the momentum that they have here in the lower brackets, they should be able to carry it all the way through to the grand finals.
Thank you. You cut out right when you said which team was going to make it.
Wow. Well, now you know.
Well, now I know. Flater thinks Rain Esports is taking it all the way through, which is very feasible. Rain Esports is coming off of a huge hot streak. They've won game after game after game. Right now, I believe it's been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 series in a row that they have won. So they're just going to keep on winning if it goes the way you think it is. And Brutal Team 37, they're coming off of a loss, and not just a close loss. They're coming off of a pretty decisive loss. So they might be playing with a little bit of doubt in their minds. But either way, I think we're going to have a great game. It would not surprise me if this game goes to game 3, or the series goes to game 3. That makes a little bit more sense. But you know what I'm trying to say. Game 3, I would not be surprised if we saw that, and either one of these teams could easily get themselves back in the grand finals.
We are just waiting for Brutal Team 37 to join in, and I'm having a little bit of banter with the players. Don't mind me; it's all fun and games here. As Brutal Team 37 now finally in, along with Rain Esports here in game number 1. And Star, what are your predictions for this matchup? Could you like tell me really quickly again?
I never gave it my prediction because I'm not really sure, actually. Because, of course, Brutal Team 37, they're coming from the upper bracket, so they had a little bit more time in there with the longer series. But Rain Esports is coming off of a hot streak, so they are pumped up on the momentum. It's going to be real tricky for Brutal Team 37 to throw them off their groove.
And like Star said, that is exactly how it started off. Big Donkey coming in with the pass off of Carved. And okay, this is gonna be very nice to say all the time. Big Donkey coming in with the very first goal for Rain Esports as we head on into the second kickoff, going in favor of No Gravity. Takes it up high, 60 boost to his name, beats one. Won't be around for the second touch, however, as Big Donkey does get the save, manages the second and the third touch here. While still lingering around in the orange corner. Here's an opportunity for Brutal Team 37, but nobody around to pick it up. Pick it up though, as Big Donkey in the blue corner looking for that shot on target. A little too hesitant on the plays there, but that is one way of looking at it. Rain Esports has all that momentum. There is also the other side that Rain could be thinking about, is that they're just one series away, and this could be the hardest of them all.
That is a possibility. We're just going to have to see how this matchup plays. Right now, it is 1-0 in favor of Rain, but Brutal Team 37 is a team that strikes back really, really quickly. So that one goal lead could be cut down in a second. Here we see Big Donkey. Big Donkey 1842 specifically, taking the ball up the wall, but he does not keep control over it, and now it is Brutal Team 37 just peppering the backboard of Rain Esports, but the goal remains untouched.
Untouched it is, as here's an opportunity coming in for Rain, and Carved will make no mistake to put the second shot in on target. No Gravity. Well, I guess he was defying gravity for a bit there as he tried to make it back on time. This ended up own-goaling along with Trey, and Rain Esports up until now are having the time of their lives.
They are. Game one is going in their favor. And if they can keep this up, then we will most certainly be going into game two on match point for Rain Esports. And Big Donkey and Carved have connected with each other on both of the goals. One goal, one assist for each of them. And so far, a great show of teamwork between these two players. Brutal Team 37 are going to have to find a way to disrupt that synergy and get themselves on the attacking end. Because right now, they have been stuck in their own half for most of the game.
Rain Esports riding that high tide. It could all go down with a bit of a momentum shift though, but that won't come as long as Brutal Team 37 doesn't show a lot of offensive presence or pressure for that matter, as we see Rain Esports doing all the work here in offense. It's going to be followed up by Carved. No shot coming through as of right now, along with Zero. There's an opportunity coming in for Big Donkey, and well, he's going to be taking it with no mistakes on his end. A great pass coming in from Zero, and the follow-up with Big Donkey to the bottom right corner, beating two to the ball there. Half the game gone, and Rain Esports are now up 3 here in this best of 3 series. And still, I have to say, this is not a best of 5. Brutal Team 37 doesn't have a lot of time to make a comeback in this series.
That they don't. This is a 2-0. This is a 2-and-out series. So taking game number 1 is absolutely huge. Right now, Rain Esports looking in control of this series. Dre looking to put something on net, and that one will go in. It's Dre with the first goal of Brutal Team series and chops the deficit down to 2.
Off the demo as well, and it seems like Brutal Team 37, the only thing that has been working for them against Shrewdness, against Rain, it all comes down to the physical plays. If they can implement it a little better into their play style, and while not messing up the defense, we potentially could be seeing a comeback coming in from the team.
It is very possible. There's still a lot of time left for Brutal Team 37. They got about 120 seconds, which is a whole lot of time in the Rocket League universe. You can do a whole lot of stuff with 2 minutes. Especially give Big Donkey a chance. He'll show you exactly what he can do. But he loses control over that ball, or the ball really gets hit away from him. Would have kept control if there was not 3 members of Brutal Team 37 in the way.
Oh.
But hey, there was. Brutal Donkey, though, looking to take back what he needed. It's Sato with the shot. Big Donkey, last touch. Hat trick for the Donkey.
There is so much that has happened here. Sato coming in with the fake there at the end to make sure that he gets the second touch perfectly, and Big Donkey does well to read the play along with Carved. A 4-goal lead now for Rain. A 4-goal is for a 3-goal lead now for Rain Esports here in game number 1, and they've almost secured the victory here with only a minute remaining here in the first game. Rain Esports are they're inching closer towards a victory.
They are. Just 60 seconds to go, and they're up by 3 in solid control of this game. James looking to cause one more problem for Rain Esports, but it might be too little too late. 2-goal lead now for Rain Esports. Brutal Team 37, they have a little bit of time, but is it enough to get 2 in rapid succession?
It all starts with a kickoff goal, and it all starts with taking possession. Two goals in 40 seconds, not unheard of. As No Gravity sends it over to Dre, gets challenged a little too early. It's gonna be picked up by Big Donkey, and every time this ball goes up high in favor of Rain, it is time taken away from Brutal Team 37 to make any more opportunities to make a comeback in this game. Dre now trying for something similar. James failing to pick up the second touch on this ball. Now we see No Gravity here trying to pick up these plays. However, it's not going to come through. It's going to be Carved coming in with an opportunity for his team. Sato taking a little too long to pounce on that ball at the double commit. Will do Brutal Team 37 some justice to make some play here, and the play will be made. Really a huge whiff coming in from Rain Esports there in the offensive corner, as we see a 1-goal deficit now coming in from Brutal Team 37, and I think we might just be seeing overtime if this last goal comes through.
We might just be seeing it if No Gravity. He's got a 100 boost in the tank. Flip reset his hit. Carb miss. He's got a slam it. It's halfway through, but it's out. Oh my goodness, the heartbreak. Oh, game 1 was so close to going to overtime. But it's just not there. The ball was half lit up from the net. Oh, it's coming on my screen right now. Such a beautiful play from No Grav. It was so close, but it going in. Oh, my heart hurts for them.
Definitely was very painful. Brutal Team 37 there were given a free goal by the end, which gave them the opportunity to make a comeback. However, Rain Esports made sure they did just enough to take game number 1. And moving on to game number 2, match point for Brutal Team 37. It's going to be pretty interesting to see what Brutal Team 37 can do in their final opportunity, final attempt to stay in this tournament. And I have to say, Rain Esports, I gotta support the underdogs here. Rain Esports haven't been streamed in the grand finals in a long time, so it's gonna be pretty interesting what they can bring to the table when they go up against Shrewdness in that best of 7 series.
It will be interesting, but we cannot count Brutal Team 37 out just yet. We saw how close they came to taking that game, or not taking that game, but taking that game to overtime. It was so close. However, they just do not get the bounce they need. And Rain Esports hold on for just long enough. And Big Donkey flying through the air gets game 2 started off hot.
Pass coming in from Sato, 1 touch, more than enough to actually stomp Brutal Team 37's defense here in game number 2. As we see Rain Esports now in a 1-goal lead. Carve going up high, beating 1 to the play. Jamies, I don't think he can make it. Yes, he can. Never mind. Carved, having all that boost, decides to use none of it to actually gain momentum, as it's going to be James passing it over to Dre. The intercept comes in from Carved, followed up by Dre. Over to James. There's an opportunity coming in for No Gravity, but Big Donkey comes in with the save. The follow-up now in order. Picked up by Carved, but the touch, however, a little too slow and in favor of No Gravity, as Sato does get faked out. Here's an opportunity. The pass comes in for Sato, but the save even better. It's going to be followed up by Carved. Over to Sato. There's an opportunity, but once again, a lot of back and forth coming in from both of these teams. No goals to show for it, as that can be changed right now, but Carved comes in with the save right at the nick of time. The clear now underway.
Big Donkey with a huge 50. Looking for a solo play. 50 does not happen twice. Lightning doesn't strike twice. And this time it holds true. Great clear from No Grab and a huge 50 mid-air. Now, Carve, 76 boost in the tank, but he just gets demoed and sent down into the ground. Now, Big Donkey, he hits that ball away, loses control of his car, no boost in the tank, and James has an opportunity. Double tap, not there. Dre, though, putting a shot on target, but Donkey contorting his car to somehow make that save.
And I see Dre here just taking away all the boost on the orange side's favor, and it's only a matter of time before they run out of the same. Carve seems to be having just enough to take it to the blue side, though, as we see Donkey in possession, getting the first touch. Not enough to put it in the back of the net, though, as it's going to be picked up by Sato, who's going to be looking for something similar. James does do well to stop Sato, but it's going to be picked up by Dre now, and we see a lot of offensive pressure coming in from Rain. As of right now, that it has changed. As we go back into the orange half, the shot comes in from Dave, followed up by no carve. Sato comes in with the save, and I feel like the boost control now for Rain Esports is very much underway, as there is another opportunity, but the save keeps on coming in from both the sides. The defense holding up for both these teams, but Rain Esports still have that 1-goal lead from early on. Can they keep it or can they extend it? It's all a matter of time. As Brutal Team 37 still on the back foot. Big Donkey over the pass down center, but the save keep on piling up.
They do. It's going to be Dre with the final touch on the Brutal Team side. And that is a tie ball game. Look at that. I believe it was actually an own goal. As, yeah, just a huge demo fest right in front of the net happens and it knocks the ball in. 1-1 is the score line. And finally, after being suppressed for so long, Brutal Team 37 gets themselves on the attacking half, and it immediately results in a goal. Carved looking to do the same thing on their side. It's James with the save. Big Donkey coming in hot and shooting that ball as fast as he can. But that ball gets saved by James. And I believe that is his second. No, that's his first save of the game.
The very first save shouldn't be the last, and I see the predictions are coming in 100% in favor of Rain Esports. Never have we seen such a majority for a team. Everybody wants to see the underdogs here taking the win in a 2-0 sweep. I'd want to see something similar, but Brutal Team 37, they're not out of this yet. 1-1 here in game number 2, 30 seconds remaining. It all comes down to who scores the next goal, who's going to be put onto the back foot here as the opportunity comes in for Sato. The pass, the shot rather, straight onto the blue net. It's going to be picked up by Dre. The save comes in and carved. Here's an opportunity for Big Donkey once again. He goes up high, decides to go low as no gravity here. Back into the orange half, gets the pass down center. It's going to be picked up by Carved, who gets the clear onto the midfield. Pace of the play now slowed down as the pass comes in, but Donkey does well to keep it out of his own net.
Good 50 from Sato to keep control over the ball. Here's Carved with a little bit of boost in the tank. Bounces off the wall. Great bounce. That was about as good as a bounce as you can get if you are on the Rain Esports side. Now, no grab with a slow shot, and the slow clear does not get where it needs to go. And Rain Esports regains control very easily. Carved takes it over the last man. Big Donkey coming up on it. He's following the ball. He gets the touch, but it's a very weak touch. Dre trying to keep control over it. Loses it. Carved. 50 towards the center. Sato with the shot. It's up the goal post, and it is still out. 15 seconds left. Big Donkey trying to carry it. Get it back towards the center. But this is such an awkward spot to be in.
Oh, that bump play coming in from Donkey could have been it for Rain. And here's another opportunity coming in. Carved tries to ram it into the blue net, but James comes in with an ever so crucial save. We go to game number 2, overtime in the lower bracket finals. It is now or never for Brutal Team 37 for the players, who the viewers who are just tuning in to this game. Rain Esports 1 goal away from making into the grand finals, and that 1 goal is gonna come through as Brutal Team 37 go down in game number 2 of the lower bracket finals. They've come so far, but it's Shrewdness and Rain Esports, the two teams that they couldn't take down. And they're going to be taking 3rd place here in the tournament as of right now. But Rain, well, things are looking pretty good for them. The predictions completely in their favor, as well as the scoreline, as they're gonna move into the grand finals, the best of seven series against Shrewdness, where Shrewdness will be having a one-game lead. But before we tune into the grand finals, we'll be taking a short commercial break. Stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more Rocket League.
You bring us in.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with the winners, with the grand finals of the Frost Esports Blizzard Weekly number 55. The $100 tournament is now or never for both of these teams to decide who's going to take the lion's share of that prize pool. Rain Esports versus Shrewdness here in game number 1, technically game number 2 of this best of 7 series, because Shrewdness have a 1-game advantage. Rain Esports here to change that as they almost secure the first shot on target. It's going to be, however, before we head back into the game, Star, what are you feeling about this one? Who's going to take the win here?
Now, whenever I saw Shrewdness play earlier, they were a really solid team because of stuff like that. They can make shots out of thin air, and whenever they get those shots, they are really, really clean with it. And whenever they get the lead, they just maintain it really, really well. Shrewdness is in their name for a good reason. Once they get something, they make good decisions with it. They know exactly what to do. They are very, very shrewd, hence the name.
Hence the name. A lot of shots coming in from Rain Esports, however, they're applying a lot of pressure there at the blue net. C-Money finally finds the opening. With 40 boosts to work with, he should be able to get something working here as the bump play comes in, as C-Money takes the first goal for his team in the second game of this best of 7 series. Shrewdness, C-Money here to take the dub. The look at that bump coming in from C-Money, just making sure the path is cleared for the ball to hit the back of the net off the blue side, off the orange side rather, and Shrewdness, they're looking good.
They're looking fantastic. It's like they never left. Of course, the last series that we saw them in, they were facing against Brutal Team 37 in the winners final. But now they're facing against Rain Esports, which statistically is a stronger opponent considering they did just 2-0 Brutal Team 37. And you can tell by the way they're playing, they're holding up a lot better than Brutal Team 37 was. They're managing to take care of themselves and hold their own against a very strong opponent such as Shrewdness. But even then, they're managing to hold their own, but that does not make them invincible, as Shrewdness is still in the lead.
Still very much in the lead as we're down to the half-minute, half-game mark. Rain East was struggling to get out of their own half. This might be the opportunity though, as we see Carv trying to get this pass over to Sato. Sato decides to go back down to a 1v2 situation. Carv does well to get this down center, however no momentum to work with, so it's not gonna matter as Mizu gets this over to C-Money. The flick comes in over one, looking for the second one. The bump this time won't be coming through as Donkey lives to see another day. 19 boost to his name, gets that pass down center over to Carved, who puts a shot on target. It's gonna be saved by C-Money though, as Victim puts in another pass down center for Mizu. Sato does well to get that beast. Victim, Crave rather, should be able to get this clear and this offensive attack working. However, it all comes down to how Rain Esports figure out their defense, because getting those counter attacks transitions right here against Shrewdness is the only way they're making a comeback in this game.
That it is, and it's very hard to do that because Shrewdness knows exactly what to do. They're very conservative when they have a lead, and they just don't let easy shots go in. They make it as hard as possible to find those shots. Right there, we saw it. Carved had an opportunity, but they had to fight through the fire and the flames, and eventually the flames overcame. And now with just 90 seconds to go, Shrewdness still in the lead. They just need to hold on, and they will be taking a 2-game advantage, because let's not forget the 1-game advantage coming from the winners final. And that was a huge missed opportunity from Rain Esports off of the simple whiff from Shrewdness. And that is one that Rain Esports wishes they could get back, which they might actually be able to. It's the rotation error from Shrewdness and the easy long-range shot from Carve to tie this match up.
All came down to Crave missing the shot and Mizu going for the orange corner boost. Things not going well for Shrewdness there in that play, and Rain Esports take the 1 goal in their favor. Now we see Crave here trying to set up an early opportunity for his team. It all comes down to early goals, because with the minute left, the defense, the way that it has been, is going to be very difficult to secure an early goal. And there it is. There it is. Another save coming in from Shrewdness there in their own half. It's going to be C Money now, putting another opportunity there for his teammates. It's going to be Mizu who goes up high, gets that pass over to Victim. A double touch opportunity there. It's a little too wide, a little too ambitious there as C Money tries to. Oh my god, that's a miss at half. C Money had the opportunity to secure that goal as well as game number 2, but it just doesn't. It isn't meant to be. And Carved, here comes another opportunity, but the clear is pretty good.
And there's Sato with an awkward touch. It's going to be the pass off to Crave. C Money looking for the finish. Double tap is there, but it's too high and can't get the execution down. And that will be another missed opportunity from Shrewdness. C Money with one last chance for regulation. Those two Titans meet in the middle. It's the redirect. It's over towards the side, but C Money just going to let it drop. Game 2 is going into overtime. Score is 1-2-1. And Shrewdness had a lot of opportunities that they just completely whiffed on. And Rain Esports might have a shot here.
They definitely might have a shot. Should look at that big donkey now in possession of the sidewall. Has a lot of boost to work with. Gonna be looking for a setup for his teammates. Has difficulties recovering, but it should be fine as Sato and Carved in really good position to set up a counter. Oh no, that's the first whiff, but Carved does well to get this to the other half. Mizu takes control, sends it over to Crave, goes up high off the ceiling, looking for an attack. It has no boost to work with, but does well to hold his ground. It's gonna be off the backboard. The victim Crave with an opportunity, but it just goes a little too wide now. Carved off the ceiling, looking for a ceiling shot. That's a straight direct shot on target, very speedy, but C Money speedier to get that save in his favor. First minute into overtime, no goals secured.
Not yet anyway. Crave looking to change that. It's off towards the middle, but Sato's there for the clear. It's the pass off to Carved. Takes it off the corner. The solo play set up. Perfection. Carved follows it all the way down, and Rain Esports sneak away with this game. Tie the series up at 1.
1-1 now here in this best of 7 series. Effectively a best of 5 now between Rain Esports and Shrewdness. And Rain Esports, well, you know, going down in the very first game in a best of 7 series, especially with a game advantage, wouldn't be the best start. But Rain Esports, now everything, the stars have aligned, the constellations all looking to work in their favor as Rain Esports now in a best of 5 series against Shrewdness. They're looking to take this win home.
That they are, and they have the momentum in their favor. Shrewdness, possibly a little bit of rust coming off of that little break that they had between the winners final and the losers final. Meanwhile, Rain Esports, they are just still on their groove. We saw how far they came in the losers bracket as they've just been playing game after game after game, and they have been winning game after game after game. And Rain Esports, they just keep on winning.
That is exactly what they have done. Rain Esports, they have had all that momentum has been shifted in their favor. Coming in from the lower brackets, it doesn't matter what side of the bracket they're on. It's just either a lot of luck or just a lot of skill working completely on Rain's side. And going into game number 3 of this best of 7 series, they're looking to take that lead here against Shrewdness.
That they are. Rain Esports on a 3-game win streak at the moment. They're looking to make that 4. We don't know if they, well, it's probably a 5-game win streak right now because they had to at least won 1 in that lower semifinals. We don't have the score line for it officially, so it might have been a 2-0, but it might have also been a 2-1. Not quite sure. All I know is that Rain, at least 5 games in a row, and they're making to look at, or I messed that up. At least 3 games in a row.
They definitely have. I mean, a lot of momentum has continued to accumulate in their favor ever since they made their way up from the lower brackets. And there's another opportunity coming in for Carved. The save coming in from Mizu, even better. The Shrewdness has been walking away with a lot of defensive whiffs. And there was another one, but no counterattacks as of right now. C-Money looking to set one up here. Big Donkey does well to get it out of his own half. Mizu looks to do the exact same. Sends it over to Crave now in the corner. It all comes down to what you do in the corner. Sato just takes it away from him, beats 2 in the process, same money, last man back, has to beat Sato here, needs to give some time to his teammates to rotate, and that is exactly what he's gonna do, if not more. Gets it all the way to the other half, looking for that pass down center. The pass is good, nobody to pick it up though, as Mizu tries to keep this attack alive. Here's an opportunity coming in for Crave off the sidewall, looks for the redirect over to see money, but the double commit makes sure that the ball goes to the other half.
We're still scoreless, a minute and 30 seconds in. Big Donkey looking to change that, but he gets in front of the ball. Can't keep it maintained. Crave, perfect placement! But the shot is not accurate enough, and Shrewdness might just be falling apart at the seams. Mizu with one more shot, but it's off yet again. Another wide open net shot missed by Shrewdness. And Rain Esports is getting away with these defenses.
So many whiffs coming in from both these teams. I'm surprised so many goals could have been scored up until now, but it all comes down to the nerves of the players, and it's finally gonna change as Vic Crave coming in with a double touch of his own in the corner, gets the first touch and the second touch just perfect to make sure that the ball goes in, and Rain Esports go down 1.
We saw this in game number 2, but this could very well go the exact same way. Started off with Shrewdness getting the first goal, and then Rain Esports getting 2 in a row. Of course, Shrewdness going to want to change that and keep on piling the goals. But will it happen? Rain Esports has been playing really, really solid. The defense holding up from now. But will it continue? The pace they're playing is not manageable in the long run. Right now, they are being doubled in their shot count, and they're going to have to get on offense sooner or later.
You know, 0-0 is still 0, right, Star? All right, well, Star needs to think about that one. But
what are you talking about?
It's fine, sir.
Flater,
I
no.
thought you're talking about the goals, right? Oh, okay,
no,
shot
count. Shot count.
All right, that was a miss on my part. It's fine.
Oh, God. Flater, everybody. 2 minutes to go. Rain Esports still scoreless. And Shrewdness doubling Rain Esports in shots. Not for long, though. They're starting to get themselves on the front foot. And this is where I like to see Rain Esports. If they keep this up, then a goal is sure to come.
Well, 90 seconds remaining here in this game. Rain Esports still down 2-0 goals. They're not able to find these opportunities as Vic Crave is doing very well, holding on to that defense. Has beaten one, looks to be the second one now. Sending it over to Mizu. Sound bar down, ceiling down rather, as the ball ends up right back to him. Look at the self pass coming in from Crave. Really good play overall, and the miss coming in at the ceiling is not going to do him justice. Rain Esports going down 2, Shrewdness. Well, they're looking to take game number 3 here.
That they are. 2-0 in favor of Shrewdness, and this is exactly what they needed after that heartbreaking loss in game number 2. They needed to come out in game number 3 and put on a dominant showing. That's what they're doing. 2-0 is the score, and it does not look like they're going to stop anytime soon. Here's Sato with a pass back to Big Donkey. He's got some boost in the tank to work with, takes it up, but it gets shut down on the back wall. Now C-Money, 60 seconds to go, get to pass one, almost get to pass the second, but Mizu's there to secure the shot. It's just a little bit too high. This one stays away. Now Shrewdness still up by 2. Rain Esports on their back foot now.
Rain Esports very much on their back foot for the last 4 minutes of this game. Now Mizu setting up an opportunity for his team, but it's a little too slow, and Carved in Rain should be taking possession here. Big Money now doing the exact same, passing it down center, but Crave rather, comes in with another save of his own. Mizu now going up high with the ball, tries to beat one, does beat one, looking for the second touch, doesn't come through, and Sato should be able to get that clear. Now Carved in possession, throws it away over to Crave, and well, I believe that was the final opportunity that Rain could get here in game number 3 with only 8 seconds remaining. 2 goals to take. I'm not sure that's going to come anytime soon as Carved looks for another final opportunity on the net. Everything saved by Shrewdness, and game number 3 in Shrewdness' favor. They have finally gone up back in this series.
That they have. Shrewdness regaining the lead as we go into game number 4. And we do have a posture check. Nick, our lovely producer, redeeming a posture check. So Flater, make sure you're up on straight. Do some stretches while you're at it. Make sure you're healthy.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, make sure you got that good posture. But game 3 it goes to Shrewdness. No goals from the Rain Esports side. Shrewdness played a lot better that game. 8 total shots on the side of Rain Esports in the second half of that game. They really put the gas on for the shots. Like I said earlier, the shots were a bit lacking from the Raid Esports side. In the second half, they really changed that. However, the defense of Shrewdness started to step up in comparison to game number 2. And Rain Esports just could not keep up with the defense. However, Shrewdness, now it's them going to be fighting off the back foot, and they have to get themselves back on the attack.
They definitely have, because going even if you took the win, you were in defense most of the time, and if Rain's offense finally start working in their favor, then you're gonna be in a bit of trouble. But as of right now, game number 4 of this Best of 7 series underway. Shrewdness versus Rain Esports. Match point now for Shrewdness. 1 game away from match point for Shrewdness as they start this game off with early possession. Here's the pass down center, the over to Crave. Bar down shot, and what a way to start off game number 4 here. Mizu over to Crave, who comes down from the ceiling. Well, I just have to say I'm pretty impressed by that one.
That was a real nice play. The passing plays are always real nice to watch. Crave, first goal of game number 4. Now, of course, Shrewdness up 2-1 in the series. So this game is a very, very big one for this blue team. As if they take this, they will be on series point as well as tournament point, and that is such a huge confidence booster. Oh, the 50 goes perfectly, and Mizu gets the goal, extends the lead to 2, and what a perfect shot.
Third man in his million years would never expect the 50 to go that way. And a little bit of banter going on in chat between the two teams. This is all fun and games, but Shrewdness and right now feeling pretty good about themselves here in game number 4, as they've already taken a 2-goal lead in the first 30 seconds. They look to extend it here with C Money taking possession, sends it back away over to Sato, who's going to be getting this pass down center. Carv had an opportunity, but no momentum to work with. Hesitance showing up for Rain, and you do not want to see that, especially at such a high level with such high stakes. Crave here coming in with another save, followed up by Carv down center. The save comes in for C Money, though, as Sato tries to get an attack working in his favor. It's going to be Crave, who dribbles one, looks to dribble the second one. It's not going to be coming through as Mizu. He's going to be banging it off the ceiling. The intercepts from Sato even better, though, and Mizu gets this pass over to his teammate. Unintentionally or not, it doesn't matter. The double touch is in order, and Crave gets the 3rd goal for his team.
Shrewdness just lighting a fire under Rain Esports and cooking them. Unreal start to this game from Shrewdness. They have come out of the gate completely swinging, and all of the shots have landed except for one. One shot from Shrewdness has gone unscored, a 75% goal percentage off shots. Still absolutely fantastic.
Oh,
but man, Shrewdness.
That could definitely be an own goal. We saw a double coming in on defense. The pinch could have gone either way. But as of right now, Shrewdness is still very much holding on to that 0 goal for Rain Esports. C-Money trying to extend that, get it, looking for the passes, looking for the coordinated attacks. Once again, we see Mizu doing the exact same thing. The pass is good, but the ceiling shot timing just a little off. It's gonna be C Money still in possession. Even with little boost, they have been able to take control of the place the entire time. Half the game gone. Rain Esports still at 0.
And they are Carved. Looking to change that right now. Double touch is on. It's just a little too high. And Carved getting a little bit too excited maybe. And that is one that Rain Esports wishes they could have back. Crave gets pit maneuvered, sent flying into the back wall. Here's the musty from Carved. Actually, not the musty. Loses the flip. And he cannot get that one going. A little bit of a team pass that was intended to be a solo play. But Crave victim did not want it to go that way.
He definitely didn't, and still keeping on to that 3-goal lead is what's important here for Shrewdness, because they got to keep the momentum in their favor. Moving on into game number 5, not even giving a goal to Rain Esports is just going to solidify their presence here in this best of 7 series grand finals. We see Victim looking for another shot on target, and the demos keep on coming in. Nobody to stop this shot on target. Almost shot on target as Donkey comes in with the last minute save. See Money looking for that pass down center. It's gonna be Victim now. We'll go with the exact same thing off the ceiling as Mizu fails to get a piece of that. It's gonna be Sado now, setting up an opportunity for his team off the backboard. The pass is good. Donkey does get stomped upon by Victim as the ball does slow down there for a bit. Here's an opportunity. A shot on target saved by Sado. The flick comes in, but Sado comes back for another one. It's going to be carved, putting it all the way into the blue backboard. But once again, Rain Esports, not a lot of time left on their hands. Only a minute remaining and a 3-goal lead to take. It all starts with a single goal, and it all starts with some pressure in your favor, and that is exactly what you need. Donkey coming in with the double touch of his own. The flip reset first, the flip into the second, off the backboard into the blue net.
Real nice shot. Rain Esports find the first goal of this game, and that's where every comeback starts. Beautiful goal. Of course, the journey of 1,000 miles starts with that first step. Rain Esports have successfully taken the first step, but the clock is ticking. No, Crave with the pass off to Mizu, looking to secure one more goal, which most likely would have been the nail in the Game 4 coffin. Does not connect on the pass, though. It does not go the way he needed to. Big Donkey taking it high off the backboard. The demo is there, but it's off the line. That one is just a little bit too far to the right. Crave, solo play, dribbles it around. Does not get the flick he was looking for, but he does apply some pressure on Rain Esports and just keeps that clock ticking.
Definitely does, and with 20 seconds remaining, I do not see a world where they make a comeback here. It has to be game number 5 or never for Rain Esports, as Shrewdness are about to take game number 4 in a dominant fashion, if I do say so myself. 3-1, complete domination coming in on offense as well as defense. Look at that, another save coming in from C Money at the end there. The ball's going to be dropping down at 0, and Shrewdness take game number 4.
That is a great game from Shrewdness. In my opinion, the best game we have seen so far. And just like that, it will be the 2-game lead on the series, as well as the tournament point. One more game for Shrewdness, and they will be taking home the trophy, as well as the $70 prize for the Grand Champions. And this is it. This is the end of the line for Rain Esports. They need to win 3 in a row, or else they will be going home in second place. And you don't want to go home in second place. They had such an amazing run through the lower bracket. You want to make it all worth it, but do they have what it takes?
Do they have what it takes? The question on all of our minds up until now. Rain Esports had such a beautiful journey, coming all the way into the grand finals. Going down here would be a little heartbreaking, but I have to say I really appreciate all that they have done to get here in the first place. Rain Esports versus Shrewdness, game number 5, ladies and gentlemen. Possibly the final game if Shrewdness continue to bring on the fire. We will see how that goes. Game number 5, first kickoff underway.
Here we go. The prediction is in. And Twitch chat thinks that Rain Esports will be taking this series 62% to 38%. Right now, it's not looking high for the Twitch predictions. But you know how fastly quick things can change, and you know how quick things might just change. It's Crave looking to smash one in, looking to change that score from a 0-0 over to a 1-0. But that shot doesn't land. Here's Crave Redirect off the top of the arena. C Money, top left corner. 1-0 for Shrewdness.
I mean, that's just really good team coordination coming in. And on the defensive side, not so much, as a double commit comes in from Sato and fails to get a really strong touch there. And reading that, Shrewdness take the first goal. See Money off the pass from a victim. And I have to say, that was a really good pass off the ceiling as well. No credit taken away from him. As we see Carved. Okay, Carved, I see you. Yeah, it's just one of those days, isn't it?
Yeah, we all have those days. Hit him with a little bit of plat mechanics. Unfortunate. Might be the trash talk that's going on in the chat, because there's a lot of heated discussion going on in the game chat. So who knows? Shrewdness might just be getting in their head. They know exactly what to do. Rain Esports letting it get to them. Not what you can do. You gotta have a strong mentality in the game of Rocket League. Rocket League, about a game of 75% mentality, if I do say so myself. 25% mechanical and game sense
Especially
skill.
in 3v3.
Definitely in 3v3. You have to have a great mental fortitude to be good at Rocket League, and Shrewdness is just tearing down on it. Every goal that gets scored, every message that gets sent, just gets worse for Rain Esports. And now the death timer is ticking, and it's got a little bit of security.
3 minutes and 15 seconds remaining on the clock. Rain Esports struggling to find that very first opening here in game number 5. The final opportunity for Rain, one final stand that they have took here against Shrewdness, is already crumbling down in the first few minutes, as we see Big Donkey getting it past one using all the boost to his name, and it just seems like Rain Esports have given up on this series.
Seems like it. Sato looking to get one in. There's a whiff from Shrewdness, but Rain Esports can't take advantage. Opportunity now, but Shrewdness hits that ball away. Almost halfway through this game, and Rain Esports is still scoreless. There's the shot, but it's a little high and wide. Sato with the shot. Only man on Rain Esports with a shot on target, and neither of them have landed.
Neither of them not yet, as we see Donkey once again looking for a double touch of his own, but the amount of boost he takes all the to even get into a good position is, well, what it takes him down to 0, and the opportunity for the shot just diminishes, as we see another one coming in from C Money, dunks it down against one, doesn't get the second one though, as it goes over to Carved, who looks for the second touch here, looks for a possible dunk, but Mizu will be the one getting the save, but Donkey comes in with an even better one, followed up by Sato as well. Rain Esports, I probably would not assume that they are throwing, because they certainly are trying their very best here in defense. Offense, a very different story though.
And it is very, very different story. It's going pretty well for Shrewdness. Speaking of offense, they have been peppering the defense of Rain Esports. 10 shots for Shrewdness so far. And there's still 1:20 left on this clock. 80 seconds to go. And Rain Esports is just playing flat. Nothing they have been doing is working. And the clock is just ticking. Seems like Shrewdness is just waiting for this game to end so they can get on home and enjoy their prize.
That's exactly what they're looking at right now. 60 seconds more to decide the fate of this tournament, which I feel like everybody knows already. And it seems to us that Shrewdness have shown everybody in this tournament what they're capable of. And Rain Esports with a pretty good standing in the tournament, securing second place, making their way all through round number 2 of the lower brackets up until to the grand finals. It would definitely have been one hell of a story arc if they won the grand finals as well, but it just doesn't seem to be the case, as with 25 seconds left, Shrewdness are about to take another game, and the final game against Rain Esports, as another save comes in from Crave. And that's pretty much it. Star, I don't think there's not much else to commentate on here, but Rain Esports, I just have to say, great showing in this tournament.
It was a very, very good tournament from Shrewd, going all the way through the upper bracket. Let's see what type of trail they had. We saw a couple of their games. We saw winners final and the grand finals. But the grand finals was really where they came to life. Let's follow Shrewdness. Shrewdness dropping dropping a total of about 4 games in the entire tournament. So a very solid showing from Shrewdness. And yeah, Shrewdness are your Blizzard 55 champions. Second place going to Rain Esports. They made a hell of a bracket run in the lower, or made a hell of a run in the lower bracket, but when it gets to the grand finals, Shrewdness was just too much for them, and they are your champions.
Shrewdness, $70 to their name, and I have to say it was a really great tournament today. And thank you, Star, for showing up once again. Thank you to Trio for sponsoring our tournament. Obviously, never possible without our sponsors to host these weekly tournaments. Thank you to Nick Merckx and Nick NCS on production for helping us out through the entire process. That was intentional, by the way. And yeah, I believe we can end the stream now. This was Frost Esports. We'll be back tomorrow with the Snowstorm Weekly, so stay tuned. So stay tuned for that one. It's gonna be fun. But Star, anything else you want to add?
I don't think I have anything else to add. Flater, send us home.
All right, we'll be back tomorrow. Stay tuned for that. This is Frost Esports signing off.